Yo, what's good everybody? What's good YouTube? It's your boy Johnny Finesse. Welcome back to the channel, and today we have a new video. This robot walks, flies, skateboards, and slacklines. If you're new to the channel, it's your first time watching. If you like this video, if you like reaction videos, if you like gaming clips, be sure to smash the like button and hit that subscribe button too. With that being said, let's get into it, man. I'm excited to see this. Let's get right.
This is a robot that walks, flies,
Flies.
skateboards, and slacklines.
Oh, that's what
why?
slackline is? Like,
A
and now he's
portion of this
trying.
video was sponsored by Bluehost. More about them at the end of the show.
Thank you.
There are lots of bipedal robots out there, and drones are ubiquitous. But until now, no one had engineered walking and flying
Nah, it's starting to
technology
get cold,
work
bro.
together in a single robot.
So it's the first robot that truly integrates the walking and the flying. It's not just a drone with legs.
It's
It
a
could walk.
Leonardo, and it stands for Legs Onboard Drone. So I think it's a pretty good name.
Why is this potentially useful?
Yeah, so any flying vehicles actually have to start from the ground to take off. And eventually, they cannot stay in the air forever. They have to eventually come down.
Facts.
But sometimes they have to come down on the very challenging terrain or some obstacles. So it's actually a good idea to have these controllable legs.
They
that
got
can
hills.
Land, very interesting.
Robot got the
configuration,
hills on 'em.
Posture or orientation.
Got the high heels.
But there are additional
The 2
benefits.
inches.
A robot like this is more stable than a regular drone.
I view these propellers almost like our arms. So some people might say that, oh, you guys are cheating because, bipedal robots do not have propellers, but we are essentially using the propellers to do additional stabilization.
That facts. They ain't got no arms though.
So basically, you
Why it sound
generate
like
the
that, though?
lift or thrust force to cancel somewhat the weight of the robot. But that's really a secondary effect. The most important thing is basically posture or orientation stabilization.
I gotta stretch after this video, man. My back hurt.
That is so cool to see.
So the main facility for this lab is this one. It's a gigantic fan array.
I can see all the fans now.
Yeah,
That's
we
mad
have, we can't
fans.
start counting, but 1,296 computer fans.
Sheesh.
Those are really literally computer fans.
How fast can it generate wind?
So up to 15 meter per second or 20 meter per second.
It's like a wind tunnel without the need for a tunnel.
Yes.
It might
but
mess
see,
with our audio or with our microphones. Whoa.
The idea of this smoke machine is to actually visualize the flow, but also with all these additional sensors like infrared cameras or radar and
slow
lidar, how you
motion,
can actually figure out the
beautiful.
kind of location
Wow.
or environment around your vehicle in the
Wow.
presence of this fog.
And I wanted to feel their power for myself.
So you gonna skateboard with the
Yeah,
wind?
let's do it.
You just gonna stand on top of the skateboard? Oh, that's fire.
That was so cool.
That is cool.
I love it. They used this facility to test Leonardo to see how stable he is, even in different wind conditions.
Slow motion, and then he flies in the air.
And
That's
it
a good
shows
testing.
that Leo is more robust than a drone because a drone gets blown away by the wind, but then Leo does not because of its ground contact. So for example, if you go hiking and there's like suddenly a lot of wind, you're not gonna fall because you have the ground contact. But for a drone, it might be blown away.
That is a fact. Drones are little. That shit is heavy as hell. Look at it. Look at that stuff. You got the carbon fiber head. And it starts dancing? Oh, no. Nope. I thought it was dancing for a
So
second.
we actually took one of the whiteboards that we have at home and we put oil. So we applied perturbations to Leo, and what's happening is as you push Leo, instead of falling, it stays upright, but it also slides on the whiteboard. So that's an interesting capability. So it's very
It looks like it's just trying to hover a little bit and then go back down.
robust.
You said perturbations. Are you poking the robot?
Yes, without harming the robot. We are gentle.
Leonardo is so stable and good at adjusting its balance that it can skateboard.
I hate those skateboards so much. Them shits is so stupid to me.
That's a fancy trick. Not many people can go backwards on a skateboard. How did you get the idea for a robot that will skateboard?
Should I say the truth or make a nice story?
Tell us the truth.
Yeah, so we went hiking and we saw about 10 people going down the mountain on a skateboard. And then we thought, wow, this is really cool. What if we try our robots to make it do this? So we went to the first shop and we bought a skateboard. We modified it and we tried it and it worked.
So do you think it allows the robot to save energy by riding on a skateboard?
It's more efficient because it uses the legs less. The legs are basically used to steer, and then it's just the propellers that are used to accelerate the skateboard forward and backwards. So yeah, it makes it save a bit more energy.
The propellers, of course, make it possible to skateboard backwards, something I struggled with. I definitely would help if I had a propeller.
You got goggles on, like you're not supposed to have a helmet on.
The real challenge was slacklining.
What's it? I never knew slacklining was that. I thought that was tightrope.
This looks incredibly unstable. So I think this proves the point of just like how important control systems are. You can tell from the footage, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Alright, I thought I would be slightly better at that. Let's give it another shot.
Nah, I would have stopped by now.
Okay.
So I know if I kept on going, I would hurt myself.
Can
you're gonna hurt yourself.
Slackline?
And look at the guy in the background.
Oh,
Like, yo, what is he doing, bro?
impossible. I need a robot to do this for me.
And you got a thinner line too. But I don't really see a difference between this because you're flying. So it's like, you feel me? You're flying. All that weight is gone if you're using the flags.
Maybe I should have been doing that.
Trying to like copy his technique.
You see everybody watching this guy about to bust his ass. Like,
Like that, just bouncing.
I tried to get some tips by watching Leonardo. But improvement was negligible.
I should have prepared.
You might think it's cheating to use propellers, but the robot is clearly not flying. It is supporting itself mostly using the rope, and it's able to stabilize itself even with a wild bouncing.
So human professional slackliner, if you see some of their videos, actually they use the arms stretched and then they can balance themselves. We don't have the arms for Leo yet. We are planning to add a manipulation so that it can actually carry some object. But in the meantime, we are using the propellers to stabilize the Leo while it's actually walking on a slackline.
It's funny because like the robot feels like it's got kind of a personality to it, the way it walks and flies.
Yeah, right.
It's just totally something you're not used to seeing.
Yeah, it looks natural. Actually, I have to say that the sensors are sampled at 1,000 times per second. But the controller is actually being recomputed, whatever signal you're sending to propellers and the leg joints, 200 times per second. Wow. So it's a pretty fast computation.
200 times a second, it is adjusting what it's doing to maintain balance.
200 times a second? People don't even think like that for real.
How does that compare to humans?
Humans. So humans can do very sophisticated tasks. But in terms of fast reaction, it's very crude machine. So humans in overall has a few seconds of delay, time delay.
Is this why I was struggling on the slackline?
Maybe, but...
How do you feel about the performance here today?
Yeah, I think it beat you.
I mean, not that that's hard, but this is very impressive. If you imagine a robot like Leonardo in the future, like the greatest Leonardo you could make, what would that robot look like and do?
So definitely having a Leo-like robot in space, that would be amazing. But of course, depending on where you go, you might not be able to use propellers. So then you would need to use thrusters.
So eventually, yeah, we want to develop this leg-based adaptive landing gear, and then we give that to next generation Mars helicopter or next generation flying cars so that it can actually land in very challenging conditions.
And still move around once it's
and then once you land, then you can walk over it.
Imagine if you
Got
have
hops.
a cliff, and then you have the robot just jump out of the cliff, deploy the propellers, and fly.
He
That'd
jumped
be
over
wild.
the stairs and just continue walking. That's crazy. I'm guessing
Oh,
this
hey
is the
there.
ad.
This portion of the video was sponsored by Bluehost. You know, tech.
Yup, it is. So if you made it to the end of the video, you obviously like the video, so you obviously gotta subscribe. Hit the subscribe button if you like the video. Hit that subscribe button. We on the road to 1,100 subs, man. With that being said, it's your boy Johnny Finesse, and I'ma holla at y'all. Peace, man.